Yeah. So I gets up this morning and I'm looking at it and it says, we go, I my talk title, what love is and what love is not. And I start reading the caption and it's all about faith. Well, faith was last month. This is this month. So I'm thinking, well, we got to leave faith behind and move into love. And then I started thinking about what I just said. But we can't leave faith behind. We have to carry it forward with us. And we introduce the other element. So I thought, now what the heck is all of that? I'm still going to do the original talk, by the way. But I thought, maybe we could just look at the bigger picture of what we're trying to do here over the year with the theme. Now, the theme for January, faith, then love, then strength, then wisdom. Those are the first 4 months. There's 12 months. Oddly, that is not by coincidence. That is by design. Because each one of the 12 months, the theme of each one of the 12 months comes from the book, The 12 Powers of Man, which was written by Charles Fillmore, who is the founder of Unity. Okay? Now, these 12 powers of man, each one of them represents a faculty or a part of our self that we need to work on to develop. And as we develop that, we build ourselves. So as Jesus said to Peter, upon this rock I will build my church. Well, he didn't build any churches. So what is he talking about? Church in Scripture is a name to represent the individual or the body. And the other thing about Scripture we need to know is the names mean the nature. So for example, Simon's name changed to Peter. It wasn't that he got tired of it and went to the registry and took out a form and filled it out and said, I want to be Peter, I don't want to be Simon anymore. That's not how it worked in those days because they didn't have a registry. It took too many stone tablets. So what it meant is that his nature changed. And so when someone's nature changed, their name changed. And so each one of these 12 faculties that we've got to develop within inside of ourselves to experience peace, prosperity, fulfillment, and happiness in this life, each one of those is indicated in the Scripture in the story of the 12 disciples. Because each one of the disciples represent a faculty. So upon this rock I will build my church. And when he called Peter, the first disciple called. And Peter is rock, solid foundation. So the foundation of ourself we build on faith. Now, we start with faith, and then we move to the two brothers, the sons of Zebedee, James and John. We're all familiar with James and John. And James represents the faculty of wisdom or judgment, which we'll be doing in April. And John represents the faculty of love, which we do today and this month. So we've got faith, we've got wisdom or judgment, and we've got love. And then the other one that we throw in there that really helps sustain us through the winds of the storms of trouble and disappointment and things like that is next month's theme, which is strength, represented by Andrew. So to put it back into the family again, you have Peter, which is faith, and his brother Andrew, which is strength. So it's the strength of faith that weathers the storms that we travel through. And then in order to be complete and to take it into the physical form, we need to have the head and the heart working together. Boy, if you get one working without the other, you've got problems. You ever notice that? You get your heart going without the head. You could do all kinds of silly things on the spur of the moment. And then if you get your head going without the heart, then it's just the paralysis of analysis that we get into, and we don't get anything working. So those are the two brothers, the sons of Zebedee, James and John. Okay? And so if we look in Scripture, we find out how important is it that we establish faith and have the strength of faith and make sure that the head and heart are working together. Those are the 4 key things. Now all the rest of it, all the other faculties we add on as we're going along. But that's the cornerstone of where we're going to go in our life. And that is really represented a lot in Scripture when Jesus went through times of turmoil or stress or major shifts. He always, you hear him talking about going off to the mountain to pray. Now, lots of times he went off